Hello, my name is Mariana, and this is a reading today for Virgo. So Virgo, as always, I'm doing a reading with my own deck, so the cards that you'll see are from this deck. So Virgo, you're coming here in this reading as very bold, but also like questioning and defying authority. And actually, I want to say perhaps maybe more than one authority, or it could be seen as like, concepts that have been out there, as the norm, as the traditional path, as what is accepted, what is tolerated, right? What is good. I want to say, like, it's almost like some sort of common sense authority, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be a person, although there are three characters here that I feel like, and perhaps we could see as four or perhaps two. I'm going to get there, but I feel like there is more than one symbol of power that you see yourself going against, or at least disagreeing, right? There is this clear disagreement of what teamwork should be and what success should be, right? These two themes are the main questioning mark to you, I feel like, Virgo, because there's something that you're seeing behind this Hierophant, right? There's something that is beyond the power of the Hierophant, or what the symbolism of this authority is to you, right? Because if you see here, right, there is this, it should be, the back part of the head of the Hierophant, but the way that I saw this card when it jumped out, Virgo, for you today, it's like this shadow of what's in front of everybody's eyes, right? What is visible, there is some sort of shadow side to it that it's not that visible, but you're just starting to peek into it, right? Because the image that I was given with this card was one of, it's almost like this is a shield that was lying on the ground, and you're just now, it's like lifting it from the ground, but it's almost like lifting a heavy rock, right? And what's underneath, it's something that has been hidden for so long that it's it's I was going to say disgusting, but I just don't like that word. So let's just say discomfort. Like, there is discomfort, right? As soon as you lift up this hat, this shield, whatever the Hierophant represents to you, right? It's like there is something that you're lifting from this powerful authority, right? It's almost like it's like there is this place of establishment, right? There is this place where their rules are the norm, right? It's like there's something about the power that they exercise in a certain environment, right? So it's been there for so long that as soon as you start questioning and lifting, right, symbolically lifting the authority, right, or the demands, or the, not the demands, but the rules, right, the regulations that this Hierophant stakes, right, and commands, right? But what you find is interesting, because I feel like there is also this suspicion of something that is discomfort, that is uncomfortable, right? That it's bringing discomfort, right? It's being painted in beautiful colors. I don't know if I'm conveying that correctly, but it's like the Three of Cups here is like, this is the teamwork that I was talking about, right? And this is talking about something that should feel spontaneous, should feel harmonious, should feel like something that is very like a get together that is very beautiful and fun and uplifting, right? Something that regenerates your soul, that brings you this love, right? But it's not. It's almost like you're seeing the shadow side of what the Hierophant is trying to paint as a get together that should be incredible, that should be, like friends coming together and just having a good time, right? Because I feel like it's almost like you're becoming wise. Because the King of Swords, although it's not you, Virgo, is coming through as you questioning authorities, right? It's like you are very, it's like you're very, it's like you're not going to accept the rules imposed by the Hierophant or any authority, right, of any kind, without having this second thought about it. It's like you're sleeping with it, right? It's like you are going deeper into what they're trying to portray, right? It's like there is something that it's being sold as amazing, but it's like you're wiser than that, right? It's like there is this piece of doubt in your mind that is like this, it's almost like this intuitive nudge that, perhaps there is something hidden, right? There is something that you need to lift to really know what's under there, right? Because I feel like there is this surface that is being sold as something very wonderful, right? But there are doubts there, right? Because just of the way that is being emphasized, it's like it's everything so wonderful, so amazing, so successful, so beautiful. So it's like, but okay, so I know a little bit about, spirituality. I have studied it. At least I am interested in knowing what's deeper, right? It's like the type of surface information, right, that they pass on through sermons, through videos, through whatever it is, right? If this is a person, but it doesn't have to be. It could be just, the norm, right? The tradition, right? So, but there is something that is being hidden underneath that you're just beginning to lift, right? So it's almost like seeing what's underneath this beautiful congregation. It's how it's coming through right now. But it's like there is another authority, right? Because this King of Swords is not you, Virgo, and being followed by the Six of Wands, I feel like it's almost like this type of power, which feels a lot more religious or a lot more it's almost like what should be an impartial authority, right? One that is like the bridge to the divine, right? It's like they're trying to sell harmony and peace in being together, in being in a group, in being part of a community, right? It's like teamwork. It's like they are, it's like this hyper value or this, it's like this overstimulating this, right? It's almost like putting you in a group to force things, right? Because if you are together with people, things will work out. So it's a little bit forceful, right? But this is happening here too. But this is almost like whoever this King of Swords is represented in your life, Virgo, I feel like there is some sort of message of implied success that should follow a certain lineup, right? It's almost like 10 steps to guaranteed success, right? It's like this is the authority, the communicator, the presenter, the influencer, whoever this is in your life that feels like great authority. Perhaps they're really good with words, right? And they are selling, like, you know, this step-by-step process of finding success, of receiving, you know, the glory, right? Having the achievements, right? It's like, but this is what you're questioning, right? Because it started off with you lifting what's this great rock of tradition, right? Of what is the norm, right? What is the like the power of authority, right? And so even if it's, you know, supposed to be good, right? You know, finding people that are, you know, your kindred spirits, or, you know, people that are just like fun and lighthearted to be around, right? This should be, you know, amazing. This should be amazing. But I feel like there's something that you're questioning, that you're trying to see, you know, just below the surface, or, you know, go a little bit deeper and find what's been hidden or what's not been said, right? Because it's almost like it's like you're reading in between the lines of what this King of Swords is saying, right? It's like they're only going to talk about the good parts of the Six of Wands, right? Which is the victory, the success, the achieving this goal, and, you know, reaching the finish line. And, you know, it's almost like they're going to, it's like overstimulating, overestimating, over everything, right? It's like they are going to sell like a beautiful thing, perhaps trying to put you in a certain box, because we have the King of Pentacles here, right? You see this square here, which is the pentacle in the middle. It's like there is some sort of mold, I want to say, that, and even if there are people that are representing these energies, right? It's like there is something about how this has been the norm, right? And it's just that this time around they are coming through these particular characters, but it's almost like this is what's been, right? This is like the truth that has been going on for a long time, right? And so perhaps this is why the Three of Cups and the Six of Wands is what is generally strived for, right? At least it's like perceived as like the good results, right? Or what we are always trying to go after, right? It's like this teamwork, this dream teamwork, right? And then, you know, having the success, finding victory. But there's also something about the organicity, or I don't know how to say that word. It's like the organic shape of this group, right? And how it's like you're being forcefully put into this group in a way that feels unnatural, right? And there's also something about this lineup of steps that also feel unnatural to you, right? Just because you're questioning that you don't want to be inside a box, right? It's like you don't want to follow the norm anymore, at least, right? Or it's like you're just beginning to see how this is not working for you, right? Because otherwise, why would you have so many questions about these, right? About these authorities, about these processes, about the way of them governing and, you know, just ruling whatever it is that they rule, right? But there's also like something about, as I said, you know, how this triangle is not, it's like, it's feeling sharp and not like malleable as the water, right? And this lineup feels too linear, right? For an energy as fire that is so, you know, it has beautiful, different and organic shapes, right? So it's almost like trying to turn something that should be organic, right, as getting together with your friends, or finding that you can overcome challenges and, you know, reach success, but without having to follow a certain path that feels like, you know, this recipe, right, that will function for everybody, right? But because it's like you're wise now to question the authority, to question what is being said or told, right, to you, because you simply don't want to follow the traditional path anymore. It's like there's something that you're now, it's like you have, with the Judgment card following, it's like you have the power to break the mold, in a sense, right? To break this square box that you perhaps, you know, that you were told that was, you know, that this was the right path, right? The path to perhaps, you know, forgiveness, or the path to like some sort of redemption, some sort of just finding yourself, right? It's like but there's something more there, right? There's something that lies beneath the surface, right? Something that it's just beginning to come to view for you, Virgo, where it's like you have the authority also now, because it's like you're not seeing these authorities as like standing up, you know, on top of this pedestal, right? As I said, when I saw this Hierophant, it was like this hat lying on the ground, right? So it's almost like you're picking up what used to be this great authority that was not questioned by anybody or anything, right? But now it's like you look to them, but not looking up to them, as in like there is no more distance, right? There is no more hierarchy, perhaps. It's like you're just seeing them for who they are, in a sense of, it's like humanizing what used to be like these heroes for you, perhaps, right? Or at least these things that should be what success is, what being in this dream teamwork is, right? And you're questioning it all because of this. The Three of Swords coming next. So even if you are being, you know, pushed into fitting a certain mold, right? With the King of Pentacles, it's like your own authority trumps it all, right? It's like it's trumping this higher authority, right? So that's the reason why I'm saying perhaps it's like it's more than one area of your life, or it's more than one people, or more than one situation in your life that is constantly trying to place you in a certain occasion, in a certain position, in a certain role that should feel like very abundant, very prosperous, but somehow it's like for you all of that is painful, right? So it's like you need to break this mold, right? I'm seeing you like, it's almost like even if you are being put among people that should be like great, right? Because this is what this Three of Cups represents, right? It's like there's something that it's like you're just not a match to it, because you're just not on this surface level of what success is, and what, you know, it's almost like you're seeing the shadow truth that is also part of what this ruling authority is, or means, or portrays, or represents, right? It's like you know that there is something that is going to be painful for you to do, because breaking this mold, it's not something easy, right? It's almost like letting go of a group that for other people, it's like it's the dream team, right? But for you, this success, it's not going to be true, because it's going to perhaps bring you only financial success, right? It's going to only bring you like this more of the repetition of this traditional cycle of, you know, what is this step-by-step guidance to find success, right? But perhaps, you know, following just, it's like the only fulfillment that would come through this perhaps is that of the material side, right? Or the financial side, or the professional ascension, right? It's like seen as successful by others, but on the inside, it's like everything that you want to do is break this mold, right? And I feel like perhaps this is not the easiest thing, right? But for you, there is this certainty, right? That this is the only way to break this, I want to say, like almost like this fake image of something that should be organic, but in reality is very fake, is very sharp, is very linear, right? So it's not organic, it's not natural, right? So for you, breaking this mold is almost like liberating yourself from this pattern, from this box, from whatever this authority says that is the way to go, or the way to do things, or the way to get together to find success, right? So I feel like you, although I'm not seeing you doing this already, it's almost like you're still considering it, right? But at least it is in your mind, and at least you are beginning to see what's behind this facade, right? What's behind this like this what they let others see of them, right? What they want others to see, to recognize and even validate their own authority, right? It's like they need to show that to have their authority validated, right? Just because of what they follow, right? The traditions that they follow. But you're beginning to see something that is beneath that. So I feel like it's, you know, it's beginning to feel very uncomfortable to you. It's beginning to feel like almost like this painful trying to fit in, which is interesting because in the Aries reading was also about that, right? It was too hard for them to they were trying too hard to fit in. But for you, it's almost like the discomfort is growing, and I feel like at some point you will just break away from it. But I'm going to pull more cards for you, Virgo, if you are interested in knowing more. And also I'm going to pull from the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, you can find the link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.